Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my returning subscribers. This pick a card will be inspired by the Jupiter in Aries transit. It will take place for the most of the summer months. June, July, August, September as well, and I think somewhere around the end of October it retrogrades back into Pisces, and then in December it goes back into Aries. So Jupiter in Aries will be a very powerful new chapter for a lot of us, because you have the planet of expansion, philosophy, higher wisdom. Jupiter is one of the guardians of the gatekeepers. One of the gatekeepers, Jupiter and Saturn, they protect this threshold where consciousness really goes up into higher realms, and it descends into the lower earthly dimensions. So this threshold is protected or guarded by Jupiter and Saturn. They're like the gatekeepers, honestly. So it's gonna be very powerful that Jupiter is in Aries. It's in a fire sign. Jupiter is happy in a fire sign. We had a lot of water overwhelming us with the Pisces conjunctions and transits, and finally we're getting out of the emotional, psychic realms. Also, we're getting out of this Pisces astro energy where everything was taking place on a spiritual level, and we were feeling it very strongly, and almost we could not really express anything in physicality. A lot of the things took place on the astral levels, and now finally this energy is given birth to. So everything we did spiritually, all the spiritual work, will come into existence, into being, into life, because this divine impulse finally passes from the 12th house of Pisces into the first house of Aries, and Jupiter is the planet that will bless us with this Aries energy. So we have the child king type of energy coming through. We're gonna feel like children. We're gonna feel like we're absolutely fresh and new, and we're newly arrived in certain situations. But with Jupiter, from somewhere we derive blessings and energy and stamina and knowledge and wisdom. So despite how new this beginning feels, or how new this this way to manifest life is, no matter how new it is, it will be at the end of the day based on some sort of philosophy that comes from inside. So we're gonna be prepared whether we realize it or not. Yes, it's a brand new beginning, but Jupiter will offer us the wisdom to deal with it. So it's just very exciting times. I want to do a reading on this transit separately in another video, so I'll do that later. But now, after I explained why I want to do a reading on the transit, so basically this bigger card is the timelines. Okay, what timelines will open up to you? What timelines will you manifest during this transit? Because again, in Pisces, you gather everything. Pisces holds everything, and it sacrifices everything. It's a place of loss, but also it holds all the previous signs. Okay, so Pisces contains everything and sacrifices everything, and in that sequence, Aries comes and it picks up one thing, one impulse from the chaotic oceans, from the rich in life oceans. Aries takes one life impulse and goes with it, and it runs with it. So we're finally focusing on one thing, and we're just investing all the fiery life force into that. We're expanding on that, which I love. So, amongst the many timelines, which ones would be expanded for you during the summertime and just during the transit of Jupiter in Aries, okay? I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this is gonna be useful to all of you. So let's get into it. Pile number one, you guys will be the Cosmos Tarot. It's a Cosmos Tarot and Cosmos Oracle decks combined. Some of you may not know this deck, some of you will. I don't know, I've used it before, but it doesn't have a box because it's quite big. That's why I just placed it like this, while the other two decks are in their boxes. The second pile will be the Light Seers Tarot, and the third pile will be this gift from Robin. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this deck. The Hendo Tarot. I don't know if I'll pronounce this the right way, but anyways, it's a very beautiful, powerful deck. Amazing illustrations, really depicting the spiritual symbolism of the tarot cards. So I really love it. Very intuitive. If you want to get it, go check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. You can pause the video and take your time. Feel what your intuition is calling you to choose, and I will see you in your pile. Hi, pile one. Welcome. For all of you who chose the Cosmos Tarot deck, let's first see what energies and opportunities will the Earth open for you, your ancestors, messages from your ancestors, supportive energy influx, teams that they are connecting with at this time that we're channeling for. Messages from the ancestors, please. About the timelines, about Jupiter in Aries. The sacrifice. So, your ancestors are talking how one timeline will take you very far in your development, and it will be very fruitful and fertile and lucrative. It will give you a lot, but at the beginning it will take a lot. And for some of you, you have to sacrifice a lot of the pleasures in life, the fun, the partying, the going out with friends. Of course, not fully, but to a huge extent you will, because your goals are quite high on the pyramid, on the hierarchical pyramid. Whatever field you're part of, you really want to reach the top, and you've always had this ambition, but I feel like for the first time during this transit, you will be very focused and pushed by this ambition of yours, and you will really sacrifice a lot to achieve it. In the past, maybe you were surrendering to, your limits. Well, this is how far I can get. I surrender to that. Like, that's my potential, that's my capability. However, at this time, you are really overcoming your own limits, and it will feel like you're sacrificing a lot. Because in order to overcome yourself, to outgrow yourself, to outrun yourself. You must become faster, better, stronger, lighter than your previous version. So in a way, you're sacrificing your previous version. It will die in order for this newer version of you to progress further. Wisdom, sacrifice, and wisdom. I do feel in a way many of you will sacrifice your philosophy because you wanna improve and you wanna learn new things, so you will have to sacrifice unaccumulated wisdom that you already have had just naturally, or things that you've already learned. You will have to give those ideas and beliefs up in order to acquire new belief systems. I do also see Venusian energy being present, so you will be blessed in the field of art, beauty, fashion, your clothing style, how you present yourself to the world. Your heart will be blessed, your love life will be blessed if you sacrifice certain belief systems around that, around your image. Honestly, I'm getting that you will be sacrificing the idea of who you are or the wisdom behind who you are. Um, Maybe some of you see your personality or your life as this book of wisdom, right? That you can share with people. But I feel you will realize soon enough that if you want to enter a new space in life and open up to a new community, enter a new field, whether it's in your career or simply relationships, you will have to give up this book, this previous book that you based all of your beliefs on. You will have to surrender and give up this idea that your experiences were so rich and so teaching and that they can teach others. This tendency to teach other people through your experience should be minimized, because you really need to open up to learn from other people rather than other people learning from you. Okay, there is a reversal of your usual way of approaching life, of approaching philosophical, existential parts of life. So when someone asks you for advice, perhaps you will recommend a book, recommend an author, and not necessarily tell them what you've been through, because I feel like your image is becoming more of the you're becoming more like a Gemini, or even an Aries. You're more your image is becoming more youthful, let's say. Um, More youthful, so that you open up to experiencing youthful events. I feel some of you have matured very early in your lives, and maybe you've been feeling like you're missing out. Okay, you've missed out on having fun. You've missed out on these youthful experiences. So it's interesting because you will when I said you will have to sacrifice a lot to reach the top, I feel that is still accurate, but I feel that that was also a message about you guys sacrificing in the past. When you were younger, you used to sacrifice a lot to reach the top, and now perhaps um, you're allowing other people to do some of the work and take you there, if that makes sense. For example, being a very young student, and you allow your teacher to take you to a conference where you can enjoy the connection with the higher ups. So you're not necessarily having to do all the needy, greedy work to reach the higher ups on your own, you're allowing someone wiser, and you're sacrificing the role of you being the wise person, of you being the mature person. You're allowing someone else to take this role and take you places. That's why I got Venus, I got this Gemini Aries vibe in here. You're allowing yourself to be taught, trained, taken places, not in a way where you're being controlled or dominated, but you need to take a backseat, pile one, and enjoy the idea of being a student, the idea of being a page of swords, curious, young, youthful person that is open to experience things. And you're sacrificing maybe not necessarily having fun and nights out with friends. This one too, because as I said, I feel like you guys will, if you want to be a diligent student, you give up some of the pleasures in life. But at the same time, you're learning how to take pleasure in taking the backseat and not controlling everything or saying proudly, I did it on my own. Well, that's not the only way to be proud of yourself. You can be proud of yourself of being a really good listener, being a really diligent student, being a really really flexible and adaptable person that can easily adapt to new teachings and open up to new teachings. And I think that's what's taking place in order for you to reach that top level, that high level in the hierarchy of your field of work, especially. For some of you, you'll be allowing your partner to take care of more things, and this way you have more time to study something. So yeah, that's another thing I'm picking up on. So basically what you're sacrificing is your pride or your ego that likes to say it did something on its own. But we never do anything alone. We're always indirectly or directly supported by other people. And now you're just allowing this to be more of a conscious experience. This support, you're becoming more conscious of the support you receive and thus more open to the support you receive. That's why Venus is coming through. The heart, you will be granted with the wisdom of the heart, and a lot of your timelines will be much more smooth and easy for you because you will be operating from the heart space. So the heart is not just about love or I don't know, the heart chakra, working from the heart chakra is not just about loving someone, allowing yourself to be in a relationship. The heart chakra is a very intricate center to use for manifestation and for creating your timelines. It has its own wisdom. And usually the wisdom of the heart is much more simple than the mind, but it's much more effective. And I think that's what you're doing. You're simplifying, but you're becoming more efficient and effective in how you do things, how you execute your tasks. Destruction. You may feel like the rug is pulled underneath your feet. You may feel like something is being destroyed at this time. I think this is a potential timeline for those of you who don't let go of the need or idea or attachment to doing everything on your own and managing everything on your own, handling everything on your own. You need to adopt a new approach. Because if you don't, whatever system you've established in your life that requires 100% of you, that that only you can only you can power that system in your life. Such systems will be destroyed by synchronicity, by karmic law, by the universe, by destiny. Something will happen in these systems, will fall out of your life. And it's, you may have a hard time seeing it now, but I really think that through the process of something completely falling apart, you will be pulling out wisdom and knowledge. This is this is what's taking place. And I think what's falling apart really is you, your ego. Okay, so let's get out of the ego. By the way, quick disclaimer, pile one. I have my coffee with me, so yeah, just so you know, I'm a coffee addict, and yeah, I'm not embarrassed to admit it. Anyways, I'm looking at this card in particular, and I'm getting more messages about external events in your life. So I see you looking at this frame, and it's a scenery. You're either looking through a window at a picture, a painting, the window of an airplane, a picture of the window of an airplane, or a picture of a painting, and there is this dream to go somewhere, this specific country, because everything around you, your present surroundings become, your present environment becomes very distorted. It's almost like your head is spinning. You're getting dizzy by being in the same place, doing the same thing. So I really feel allowing yourselves a teacher to take you traveling somewhere, your partner to organize a vacation for you, friends inviting you to go somewhere, just go, just do it. You have to give up an area of your life where you have a lot of control over. Maybe you've accomplished a lot in that space, in that area of life, in that field. However, there is a storm coming in that field. I see the ocean being very disrupted, and I see huge waves and storm rain, all of it. And there is this safe space, this paradise that you are looking at from far away, and it's only a matter of you saying yes to something to get to that paradise. And for a lot of you it will be an invitation. And I'm looking at these specific colors. Some of you might be taking a supplement that comes from this is very weird, but like um from a specific organism that lives in the water. And I'm not sure if it's seaweed or something like that. It feels like um a bacteria that is actually good for the body. Some of you are researching bacterias that are actually very good for the health of the gut of the body, um, cleansing the bloodstream, the blood flow, cleansing it from metals. I also feel you guys are sacrificing things that you are addicted to, in general, not just career, but in general, any addictions. I see her reaching for this butterfly, and the butterfly looks like a slice of orange. And I think you guys will be reaching for more natural things to put in and on your body. You might travel to a country where there will be a health reset for many of you. You will establish a new way to take care of your body. Perhaps you will study more in depth your body type, both energetically and physically, and you will take the needed measures to make sure you're vital again. As I said, this youthful energy within you needs to be restored. You might be young, but if you're very mature, you've adulted prematurely, you had to become responsible, perhaps you neglected your vitality, your health, for the sake of taking care of a lot of things. You're slowing down. Pile 1. By releasing control, you will see how you will feel like you're doing less, but you're experiencing more. That is the paradox for you. When you sacrifice a lot of systems in your life that only you and solely you can take care of, when you sacrifice those, when you give them up, you will feel as if you're doing less, but you're experiencing so much more. As in comparison to the past, in the past you were very active, productive, you did so much, but it would have felt like you had less experiences. So now you're switching things around. I love it. I really do. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me close the window, cause okay. How fitting. It started to rain in here. I let my kitten because he's a bit afraid of storms. So he wants to be around me. Okay. I want to ask about your relationships. I don't know why I feel called to pose this question to Spirit, but let's see. Timelines for the Jupiter in Aries transit for pile 1 when it comes to relationships, please. Ooh. 8 of Pentacles, Horologium, that's the constellation, time, milestones, and progression. Whoa, okay, you guys really deal with the essence of time and the perception of time, and how sometimes time flows quicker or slower. How can you slow down time? How can you gain more time? These will be themes in your life, even in relationships, that you will have to work on. Perhaps with the 8 of Pentacles, how can you carve out more time for your relationships? How can you include your community, your people, your close ones into the things you usually did on your own so that you can spend more time with your loved ones? You see, time management or being smarter with how you distribute and share and exchange your time with others versus the time on your own will be very crucial to your well-being, to your happiness, to adventures during the summer especially. I am having a vision of your crown opening. I'm seeing a huge flower in the place of your head, in your energy body, and it's blossoming and it opens up. And in whatever way in the past, in love and relationships, you felt caged, restricted, minimized, unseen, maybe you felt like you weren't fulfilling your role in relationships properly, but you didn't know how to do it. This you're being illuminated on that, and you're being invited into a new perception on love. You're giving a new importance to your relationships, and it will make them much more satisfying for you and for others, for those involved with you. But also, I'm getting this message that now it's time to open up to more loving psychic energy, astral planes, more loving astral experiences. It seems to me that you're entering an astral field or a plane that is protected from other astral influences. It's this secured energy field that you can enter only through certain attunements. You're getting maybe attuned into something by a teacher, by a master. It's an astral plane where you're meeting other souls and you all feel very close because you're all on the same frequency. You may recognize one of your teachers coming, one of the teachers most of us, I think most of you, I think all of you should trust. That's a sign, that's a very particular, maybe for one or two people at max, a particular sign that, okay, this is your teacher. Go on this adventure with them, follow them, follow their invitation. The energy feels very feminine, despite the gender. Even if it's a male, it feels like very feminine, smooth, soothing aura and presence. And they have a medallion with a little charm hanged on it that looks like a wheel or a clock. For some of you, it may look like a clock, but it's actually a solar disk. It's a sun with the sun rays, but it looks very much like a clock, a compass, a wheel, something of that kind. I don't know if you guys realize, but many of you have finished. You were up until now working on your mission, continuing from a past life, and you finished it. And you may think that, but I just discovered my purpose. No, you discovered what you were supposed to finish. Now you finished it, and now your purpose is a bit different. You're stepping into a new purpose. Some people think that when they lock in on a purpose, that's it. That's what they're gonna do their entire life. Or that's their area of development their entire life. But that's not always the case, especially when you find the purpose from a very young age. A lot of the times when you get older, you will have this sense of finalization. You're ending something, and that's because you simply continued on your mission from a previous incarnation or a cycle of previous incarnations, and it just so happens that you didn't finish something in your past lives. There wasn't a clean cut between different incarnations. The cut is happening during your incarnation now, and you will experience it now in this lifetime while you're here on Earth, not in the astral plane. So a lot of you are going through this. Maybe even in your purpose of how you work on your relationships. For some of you, maybe you had to be single for a very long time, or you had to date for a very long time, and now it's completely different. Now maybe your soul desires to discover the power of platonic love, spiritual love, transcendental, or vice versa. You've been into that, now you want to experience sensuality, physicality, connection with one person or a lot of people, whatever, commitment, or diversity. You're switching. King of Wands, Ophiuchus, the one that carries the serpent. Knowledge, ethics, integrity. Yeah, you've already integrated one huge field of expertise in your soul. You've integrated it in your human experience. Basically, your soul told itself, okay, we're done here. I knew this quality, I knew I possessed this quality, and I proved it to myself by integrating it in my earthly experiences. Now I'm moving on to the next portion of qualities, the next package of lessons, qualities, challenges, blessings, and all of these things that I'm supposed to integrate. So it really feels like you guys are opening a new bag, abundant of characteristics, a new, completely new bag with a new character, a new costume, and you don't need to reincarnate to have this new beginning. Oh yeah, he's changing skin. Okay, I did not even see that, but actually he's changing his skin. He's shedding his old skin. That's exactly what you're doing, but in a very clear, clean-cut way. People will just notice. It's not subtle change. It's not an everyday transformation type of thing. No, this is very, very clear to people and to you. In a relationships, you guys are manifesting a timeline, maybe with a fire sign, or again with someone very wise, someone with the legacy of a priest, a king priest. That's what I'm getting. The king of fire, the king of wands is the king priest. You and your soulmate are simultaneously going through this huge personal rebirth process, and it feels like you're aligning with this person. Your person is finally, this particular soulmate, they're finally allowing solar consciousness to illuminate them, to change them. I feel like I'm getting messages from from the higher self of your person, or your higher self. I'm not sure, but this higher version of you or them is saying that they've been abusing their inherited power, energetically inherited power. They've been abusing it, and now they finally allow themselves to have a healthy relationship with their energy force, their life force, their prana kundalini. They're having a healthy relationship by surrendering, by allowing themselves to be, to feel small, to embrace being small, to embrace being a regular person, normal, to not constantly need to prove themselves how special they are. They are allowing themselves to have this experience of being very regular and loving themselves this way, loving themselves even if we don't, if they don't have this great power or whatever. But they're so saying, however, the thing that they may not realize yet is that their power will always be with him. So your soulmate will always have the energy of a priest king. They will always have this highly ascended source to tap into. But they needed an experience, the illusion of losing their power, so that they can heal the ego once again. And I think you guys will relate to each other for that. You may meet by visiting this exotic country, or a more or a country where you're both students, you're no longer teachers. Page of Wands, absolutely. Journey, navigation, and route. Yep, you guys are following your inner compasses and they're guiding you towards each other. There is a blessing of finding yourselves, finding new versions of yourselves, and getting lost. The blessing in getting lost, the blessing in surrendering your high status, or the idea of a high status, will bring you finding yourselves, and it will bring you a new type of ascended, masterful consciousness. Yeah. When the master gives up the idea of being a master is when they really master themselves. That's the paradox you are living along with your soulmate. For some of you, a special person wants to clip that medallion on your neck, right behind your neck, and hang it on you. They wanna go behind your back and hang it on you. They wanna gift you this medallion, or this little maybe silver charm or something that I was describing. They wanna gift it to you in a special box, or you will be with a teacher and they will, after going on the journey, after them seeing you transform, they will offer you something that they used to own. They will not tell you maybe that, this is a symbol of them passing down the knowledge onto you, or congratulating you, acknowledging your progress and growth, but they will offer you something in a special little pretty box. And it will be symbolical of you being ready to move on, being ready to fly into this new direction you were studying. Very beautiful. Okay, celestial support, please. A lot of cards, so I'm not gonna take them. I want to shuffle a bit better. This deck just became too big for me. I don't know why. It was fine before. I guess I haven't used it in a while and I'm not used to its length. Third house, messages. Third house is a Gemini house. It's a house of studies. South Node, life's depth. Oh my goodness. You're going back. You guys are relearning. That's it. That's basically it. You're going back to something you left behind simply because you deemed it maybe to not be your purpose, because it wasn't as easy as something else. It didn't come as naturally as something else. But now your entire being is pulling you back towards this particular thing. Your mind is protected, which I like. And basically, during Jupiter in Aries, you will be so passionate about this new chapter that it will become very clear on what you've already mastered and there's no more growth in it and you're supposed to leave it behind with the South Node. I think that's it for you guys. I think that's it for pile one. I think we got a very deep enough analysis on your timelines and experiences, potential experiences during this transit. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was useful for you. Let me know in the comment section below and I'll talk to you soon. You can support my channel by liking the video, sharing it, mostly sharing my content, subscribing to the channel, commenting. You can donate to my links in the description box, or I've recently unlocked the super thanks, I believe that's what it's called, underneath my videos. Some videos don't have them depending on the views, I think, but most of them do have this little button for super thanks where you can also donate directly through YouTube. So you're not required to do it, I'm just saying. Thank you so much for being present here. I'm so happy and grateful to have all of you watching this. I love you from the bottom of my soul, heart, being, and I'm very grateful to be part of this journey with you. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. All of you who chose the Light Year Tarot, here is the deck. I have my coffee with me as well, by the way. So, we'll first ask for advice or the energy of your timelines from your ancestors, because I think that when it comes to the earthly manifestation, ancestors are the best messengers, the best guides. So yeah, when it comes to external earthly events in your life, let's ask them about them. When I was preparing, I got this vision of a horse and of horse riding actually, and I heard sports and physical activities, outdoor activities will be very important for a lot of you during the transit. It's just inducive of higher vibration. You will be operating on a higher frequency if you take care of your physical body, if you're physically active. But the horse riding is symbolic for freedom. It feels to me you guys are dissolving some shackles around stuff. You're allowing yourselves to do what you've always wanted to do, but for some reason it was delayed or you did not allow yourselves to do it. You're finally doing it. You're finally becoming a free spirit. Some of you, I'm hearing, are freeing yourselves from a matrix delusion. Some sort of delusion. You believed something was one way, but it really wasn't. Many of you are freeing yourselves from the oppression or manipulation or hypnosis of a Scorpio moon, Venus, Mars. You've been under a hypnotic state, under a hypnotic trance, actually, induced by a scorpionic individual, but especially moon, Venus, Mars. If you've been practicing your psychic abilities, your magic with someone with such placements, if you've been trusting them to guide you when it came to your intuitive development, but it felt weird or it didn't work, something went wrong, I think this person really deceived you. They had excuses as to why things did not work, and not just in psychic training, but for some of you it's friendship. This person was deceiving you as to why things are the way they are, and that it's okay and it's normal, and maybe that even it's your fault, and you guys are liberating yourselves. You're breaking free finally. I'm happy to see that. Oh, yes. The wild woman. You guys are awakening to this deep inner passion within you. You're finally realizing that you're dangerous and you're powerful, and you don't need anyone to tell you, to validate you, or to teach you how to access your power. You're accessing your powers on your own. You guys are finally doing your own thing. A lot of you are freeing yourselves from the influence of grandparents as well. Maybe a Scorpio grandmother. With a very strong psychic influence on you. You guys are just letting people's opinion fly from one ear through the other, out of your head, away from you. You're not acknowledging things that disempower you anymore. I love that. I love it, pilots. You. I love it. The element of fire is very present here. Definitely, you can use candles for manifestation, for rituals, for anything like that. Candles will be very helpful for you at this time, because I think you guys need this fire, and this Jupiter in Aries is the perfect transit for you. It feels to me it's exactly what you needed. You guys should dance. You should go to a party. You should really dance and have fun, because I'm hearing music in my head, and I'm getting this beat in my body that I want to move following the beat. Definitely dancing, physical activity is super important. No way, deluge. When I was talking about delusions in the Matrix, that's exactly what I heard. Deluge, and then I heard delusions. Oh my gosh. And when I heard deluge, I wasn't sure if that's a real word or I was making it up. So I was like, okay, I think it's about delusions in here. Yeah, I think that's the message, but apparently it's a real word. Okay. Anyways, I'm very happy to see the synchronicity. Memory, and we have this kind of heartless I don't know if it's a male or a female, and it doesn't even matter, but I'm getting feminine energy that is just so dry. I'm almost getting a female that is Saturn root or very Saturnian, really a grandmother, a very disciplined grandmother. Erosion, memory, and deluge. Oh, these cards are just connecting very well, because when erosion takes place, you get false memories. Someone here was using a weak spot, whether in your memory, whether in your emotional body, to cause you to believe something that wasn't true. It's almost like someone induced fake memory within you. They validated a false memory within you. They really occupied. They were this cloud sitting over your heart space. They wanted to obsess and possess your heart space. But another thing with erosion, someone's mask is falling apart, because also when erosion takes place, you can see layers of the development of a structure. You lose its current state and strength, but at the same time, you see you see beneath the surface, as if there was a X-ray vision that you were given to a structure. Because I'm looking at these layers, and you guys will be once you free yourselves from this hypnotic trance induced by this feminine, you recall memories. You will go back on a memory, and you'll be like, hold on, it wasn't the way she depicted it, or it wasn't the way she wanted me to believe. You guys are about to pop off. You're about to ask questions. You're about to push people to their limit, to the wall. You're really, my vision is you are pushing everyone and everything that's been holding you back to the wall, and you're interrogating this person, or you're investigating into the situation, and you're like, something is not right here, and I'm about to see what it is. What's wrong in this situation? You are becoming detectives. Your intuition has been clicking, but not strong enough so that you can follow it. Now Jupiter going in Aries, you're popping off. That's the message I'm getting. And your ancestors are also making you be more skeptical, or more demanding to receive facts, to receive proof. Your ancestors are saying that you should not be not trustworthy. You should not be too trusting with people at this time. You should investigate their past, where they come from, to read their intentions. You shouldn't care how people perceive you, whether they think you're crazy or wild or whatever, or you cannot be tamed, you're chaotic. You should follow your instinct to be whatever you're called to be. Yeah, illusions are washed away. This storm, this thunder cloud is washing illusions away, and the truth is showing up. You see the dream catcher. That's exactly the type of psychic influence or hypnosis someone had over you. You guys may want to drink some herbal teas or put some bay leaves under your pillow or something. You definitely want to use herbs and leaves, specific leaves, or even feathers, and put them underneath your pillow to protect yourselves or to gain more control over your dreams. I don't know why I have a hard time talking. Gain more control over your dreams, maybe realize you're dreaming, wake up in the dream state, and have induce like a lucid dream, and investigate during that. You may even dream of the person that's actually doing something psychically to you, and it seems to me that you can battle this person in your dream. Yeah, because I feel someone has been entering your dreams and you can battle them by becoming a better dreamer yourself, by gaining more control over your mind and astral body when you dream. Leaves, crystals, candles, but especially leaves and feathers underneath your pillow. This is a big message. Rainwater as well. You can use rainwater for clairvoyant visions. Wild woman. You should do everything that seems wild to you, but you really feel called to do it, because this is your intuition telling you that that's your specialty, that's your gift, that's a skill you have, and people told you you're crazy because of it. You're crazy to do this thing, but they don't know you like you know yourself. Someone told you, for example, reading tarot is crazy, or reading branches or bones is crazy. It's wild. Why would you do it? Go do it now. You've been taming yourself for too long, pile 2. I'm getting some of your parents, especially mothers, and there is belly dancing involved. And I'm hearing that belly dancing has been freeing you so much from any astro influence, any negative entity, any psychic attack from jealous people. And you and your child, some mothers here have sons, but you and your child have this very special bond. And I feel like in previous incarnations you were serving in temples together, and you would dance and move in very specific ways to create an energy flow between the two of you. You were creating a ritual together, and in this lifetime, through belly dancing, there is still this energy cord coming from your belly to the belly of your child. Even if they're born, there is still this cord on an energy level. And when you guys belly dance, when you beautiful mamas belly dance, you cleanse the cord between you and your child. You purify and release karma between you and your child, and the ancestral karma your child took on will be lessened. This Jupiter in Aries, you guys are releasing a lot of the karma that was passed down onto you and that you passed down onto your child. You're also purifying karma passed down onto your child from the other parent, your partner, that you were with to, have this child together. You're purifying your child. You're literally sending a boost of pure spiritual impulse for development to the energy body of your kid. about maybe career. Let's see. Timelines for pile 2 during the transit of Jupiter in Aries. Page of Pentacles. The pages to me are children in tarot, in the court cards of tarot, so that's interesting. It was reversed. King of Cups, sorry, Knight of Cups. Okay, Cups. The Emperor. Okay. Wow. Because these two came out in reverse, but I just want to look at the cards, at the images. But I do feel with this Emperor, you guys might be denied small successes, offers. Maybe you have a request to your boss, or you have a small business idea, a creative idea for this new project, and you might be rejected, you might be denied. But then with the Emperor, somehow the big thing, it's like you lose the battle, but you win the war type of thing. You're gonna have losses, small losses, but then you have this one big defeat, one big victory. Another message that I'm getting is, again, you're just called to make bold, bigger moves rather than taking small steps. Because the small steps are not in the nature of a wild woman or man. Wild woman is not like an actual woman. Wild woman is the feminine principle within us that connects to freedom. In career, what I feel is, look at that page, Knight, a king somewhere in between, getting close in here, Emperor. Like, that's progression. You guys are definitely achieving higher and higher status in your career, and it's very likely that you will skip the smaller steps, and it will feel at the beginning as if you lost or it didn't work out, and then suddenly boom, you end up at the top, skipping steps and going ahead, getting ahead in front of everyone else, despite at some point feeling like you were losing, you were slowing down, you were losing the race in some way. But then some bigger project, some bigger idea, something big will catapult you towards a very powerful position in your career. Because it feels to me with this Page of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, this is earth and water, and it's usually comfort known territory, while fire and air are newer territories. And the Emperor is ruled by Aries, Jupiter in Aries. You need fire, you don't need water and earth. So basically what's going on here is you may have these smaller creative ideas that are kind of known territory for you. There's something expected, there's something you can control, but really your heart needs something wild and new and fresh, and you will be inspired with this brand new project that is quite big, out of your comfort zone completely, maybe even out of your expertise, but this is what will get you to win. This is what will get you to accomplish success in how you envision success. So another thing, in career, don't take small offers out of desperateness. Okay, the page was reversed, the Knight of Cups was reversed. Don't take small offers out of compassion, out of feeling sorry for someone, wanting to make someone happy. No, wait for this Emperor, offer, wait for this emperor level inspiration and project and work on that. You are here to deal with big energy at this time. You can no longer tolerate small, comfortable energy, pile 2. And you shouldn't. Someone here might be riding a motorcycle. Hold on. I'm getting more specific messages for few people. I'm seeing for some of you, your boss or the business partner might be on a motorcycle, or you guys are buying a motorcycle. You're doing something quite adventurous. For some of you, I don't know why, but there is a business project about opening or reinventing the image of a coffee shop or a coffee place, changing furniture, interior design type of project. There is a development of a business plan, and it has to do with the image of a brand that you guys are developing. And I think you should embrace and accept powerful masculine energy to come and collaborate with you. Aquarius, I know. Okay. Third house messages. Pile 1 had this card. I know. And third house. Third house in Aquarius. Very unique, creative, spontaneous ideas are coming through. You will make unusual, bold moves on the chessboard, and that's what will get you to win. Some of you might be creating a website during the summer. You'll be working a lot on your business and business plan and softwares, newer softwares. You might be studying softwares. You might be studying coding. Yeah, because for some reason I see some of you guys are coding a website or a system to make it easy for other people who come visit your website or use your software to organize their things. So some of you are working on something similar to a website builder or an archive website, an archive web space of some kind. Traveling to very hot places is very likely. Visiting desert, dry places, reddish orange environments and scenery is also very likely. Dress in red, paint your hair in red, dye your hair in red, paint your car or house in red, something. Red is really your color at this time, red and magenta as well, and orange and brown. Warmer colors are colors you're supposed to surround yourselves with and wear and, use. Interesting, because Aquarius in the third house of Gemini, that's a very interesting combination, because it indicates global networking, global expansion of the community, coming together with a lot of people, a platform where you can gather many people with common interests coming from similar environment, or your common interests will gather very diverse people. Like one common thing will create a community full of usually very different people, very diverse people, but one thing makes you come together. That's also very interesting, and it will be a theme during this Jupiter in Aries transit. There is an expansion on the individuality, but also a sense of coming together and valuing each person being so different from the other. But that's what will make you work so well and blend so well with people, bringing different gifts. Everyone has a different task, a different specialty. Also, interestingly enough, through some of you will meet your emperor or your high quality partner through social media and social dating apps. But with Aquarius in the third house, interestingly enough, you may meet people that you literally live in the same city with online through a Facebook group, where again you're discussing something of interest of yours. And then you realize, oh my gosh, we actually live in the same exact city, or we live so close, or we've been in the same neighborhood and I've never seen you before, and you find each other somehow through the internet. Or you end up in the same study program, in the same school program, in the same class, because Aquarius rules classmates, like the third house, but it's a bit more expanded, okay? It's a bit more expanded. I love it. Very interesting pile too. I don't know what else to ask, honestly. I think that's it about your timelines during the Jupiter in Aries transit. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I got the details for. I hope that there was something for everyone, okay? Let me know in the comment section below how you resonated. You can support my channel by liking the video, sharing it with your people, with your community. Subscribing, of course, if you haven't done that, if you're new by chance to the channel. Also, you can donate to the links in my description box, my PayPal or my Ko-fi page, or use my newly I really suffered speaking English today. Newly unlocked feature under my channel banner. You can see it. Super thanks. And yeah, I think you can donate there directly through YouTube, so it's pretty easy. Of course, you're not required to. I'm just mentioning this because I'm excited to unlock new features on YouTube. It's like a game. It's fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. All of you who chose the Hindu Tarot. Welcome. So let's see what timelines will open up for you during the Jupiter and Aries transit. Quick disclaimer, Pile 3, I have my cup of coffee with me because I just need it. It is what it is. I just need it. So yeah, let's get into it. First, we're going to connect with your ancestors and see what they have to say about your timelines. But something I got for pile 3, you have surprising dealings with a lot of your siblings, or your sibling, for those of you who have siblings, especially for those of you who usually don't communicate a lot with them. Spontaneously they will reach out to you, or you will travel together, they will visit your house, especially older siblings. They're coming back in a way. if you're the older sibling, you might be the one reaching out to the younger ones. You have something to offer, and they have something to offer to you. The staff, you guys are shaking off the unnecessary drama. You're trying to find beauty in your relationship with your siblings. The staff is a very powerful card because it depicts your ability to have control over the elements. Using music, sound, and singing to shake off negativity will be a powerful tool for you during the Jupiter in Aries transit. Some of you who are into music, you have a blessing, a very blessed path during this transit with your music career. Because I'm seeing a microphone. Some of you are getting a new microphone, so some of you are getting new equipment whatsoever. Yeah, you're throwing away a lot of the old things. Maybe you're throwing away things from your siblings. Maybe they, for example, if you had older siblings, they gave you their clothes or things that they used, they were passed down to you as some sort of legacy, and you had to, you were always getting second-hand stuff. I think finally you're having your own personal items, you're purchasing your own things, you're gaining independency, and independency will create a better connection with those who were helping you in the past, because you no longer feel as if you own them something. You no longer feel indebted by them, and there is freedom. You can breathe in the relationship. You don't feel like they have some sort of dominance over you, and you can finally reconnect with this pure place of love. You just love them for who they are, not because of how they helped you or whatever. This can be also with older friends that you were childhood friends and they feel like a sibling and they always helped you. During this transit, you're also called to not overburden people with your help, with your desire to help. Don't overwhelm people, because there is a need for freedom, for space, for air to breathe in connections. So overburdening people, even with love, overbombing people with love, that's not gonna end well. Give people the space to breathe, just as you will want your space to breathe. And your ancestors are saying, when you're constantly trying to help people, sometimes you neglect yourself. Don't be so focused on being a good person. People already see you as a beautiful, good person, okay? It's not so bad to focus on you at this time. Like, take it easy on you. You don't always have to be the hero, pile 3. Honey will be an important ingredient to your diet. Of course, don't overindulge in it, because it's sugar after all, but honey in face masks or honey in your tea, honey will be very helpful. If you're allergic, of course, don't listen to me. Like, be conscious when you're listening to these readings, but for some of you, I definitely see it as a helpful ingredient. Honey is also a symbol of the abundance of everything. It's like, honey is like, to me, it's like liquid gold. And that's the vision I'm having. So you will receive liquid gold, which metaphorically speaking is like a lot of abundance in many forms. You will receive money or abundance or think of monetary value in many different forms. Your ancestors are saying, shake off the idea of one particular look of abundance. Abundance comes in many forms. Archangel Haniel is a archangel that usually opens us up to music, the arts, and abundance. She's a very Venusian archangel. Some of you during the summer could make your own jewelry brand, or I see, interestingly enough, in this card here, I'm getting like a cap or a hat, some sort of hat with an with a jewel on it, or a diamond or something, a precious stone on it, like a fashion line or a brand, or even merch that includes special jewels on the clothes, on the caps. There is clothing material combined with jewels that you guys will be working on. Meander. I think I'm not reading this the right way. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what this card is, because I cannot even translate the word, so I'm gonna look it up in here, and when I see the messages of the card, I will get an intuitive translation of the word. But what I'm seeing here intuitively is that your journey will be very unpredictable, very interesting, very Uranian, very Aquarius like. You will be dealing with people and working in fields that are super unusual, or you will be inspired to create unusual things. And you'll be always taking turns, right? Very sharp, very sharp turns. If you travel, be careful. Watch the road. Okay, let me look up this card. Like a quiet stream, we are on a slow and winding course. There is no rush to get to the sea, and in fact, we would miss too much if we hurried along in a straight line. We can allow ourselves to experience every turn, knowing we will reach our destination in due time. Oh, that's exactly something I got. In my mind, at least. That there are many ways to reach your destination, but you guys are choosing the the longest one, maybe the most diverse, most difficult one, most unpredictable one, but there is a reason for that. Okay, allow yourselves to have adventure with what you're doing. um have fun. That's very important for pile 3, to be lighthearted and have fun. I think I'm getting the message here. Having fun, unlike other people that you know reached the same goals or similar goals that you guys have. For example, you have a very successful sibling or whatever. Perhaps you are supposed to free yourselves from the idea that you're supposed to follow their steps and their journey to be worthy, or to make your parents proud, to make your siblings proud. Do what your heart is calling you to do, even if it takes longer time. You might be a late bloomer, although I feel like you guys are already experienced and successful, and many of you are quite young, but you already have this experience in your field and experience with your dreams. But one thing is for sure, unlike most members of your family, you really follow your dreams, and you really follow something that is doesn't come from the mind. It's not the mind that validates this goal, it's your heart. Your heart wants to do that, not the logical mind. And that's why sometimes it can take longer. But one thing for sure is that you guys, this summer, during the Jupiter in Aries transit, you guys will be an inspiration um, for your siblings, or for your parents, even for your family, really, and people that are close to you. You inspire people, and I think many of you don't even realize it. Concealed. Contrasting colors. Interesting. Complementary. Fertility. Yes, blue and yellow merge, and you have green. You have fertility. Exactly. Okay, hold on. Give me some time, pile 3. I just keep getting siblings energy. I don't know if Jupiter is transiting your 3rd house, your 4th house, your 11th house, 10th house maybe, but I'm really getting 3rd, 4th, 11th, because 3rd is siblings, 4th is home and family, the 11th is older siblings, and I really get siblings coming through, sibling energy. Some of you may have siblings on the other side, by the way, that are coming through so strongly, and they're saying it's okay to follow your steps, your path, and some of you made a promise, or there are certain expectations that people have imposed on you, and your heart is telling you that you cannot fulfill them, and the higher self of your sibling is telling you it's okay to not fulfill the expectations people have of you. It's fine. It's fine to do your own thing, no matter how it looks on the outside, no matter how successful or unsuccessful it seems to others, no matter how stable or unstable it seems to others. This is how much you guys have accomplished on the surface, but this is how much is in the back for you. This is how much there is in store for you. And this is abundant. This is earthly, fertile energy that will blossom. Please take care of your spine and nervous system. Pile 3. Straightening your posture, taking care of your spine is so essential for you. I'm not sure why, but perhaps you've been through a lot of stress and it's all stored in there. Interestingly enough, Jupiter in Aries will make you dive into some conspiracy theories this summer. I do see you diving into the dark web, the underground movements and societies. You guys may even get involved in some sort of underground society, or feel like an underdog that is finally coming to the light. I really see you guys popping your head from beneath the earth, and you're like, oh, there is sunlight, and you've been carving out tunnels and pathways underneath the ground, and now you're in the spotlight. And people will admire you for being the underdog that made it out of the underground world, and you blossomed up into the mainstream line, if you will. That's what I see. The underdogs are becoming mainstream, popular, loved, accepted, embraced, because collectively, whatever you're involved with, this collective is starting to seek more rawness, more natural, more natural personalities, more authentic self-expression, not a fabricated product. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Yes. Three of Wands. Okay. Yeah, definitely. It's a very fertile period for you guys. It's time for creation. It's time to receive your blessings for all the work you've put in yourself or in something. It's just time. It's time for something to come into life, come into existence, come into being, come into movement and action. I'm getting really this snowball effect. You've picked up enough momentum and now you're just rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, the Queen of Wands, Kali, Mother of Wands in the East. The spine, you guys, the spine, your serpent energy, your passion. I'm getting this, the serpent energy, this kundalini, this rawness, this passion to create something. Your heart is very naked and raw, and it's guiding you, and you're supposed to listen. Peace, Two of Swords, and conflict, Five of Wands. Peace and conflict. Oh my gosh, I just realized what an opposition. Well, yes, indeed. Conflicts with siblings and just in general will be resolved, as I mentioned at the very beginning. But this has something to do with the rest of the messages here. Let me see. Yeah, you've been battling. Should I make this decision? Should I go this way or this way? And that's why you've been making these U-turns constantly, because you've been battling with yourself. But you guys have so much creative force in your hands. And what I'm getting is your work, your creation, your imprint on something. That's something. Anything that's been imprinted by you, everything that's been touched by you, will travel and see a lot of places. It will reach a lot of destinations. That's what I'm getting. It's not for you. For you yourself, you might be chasing one destination. Your creations will reach many destinations. So worldwide selling of goods, of merch or whatever is very, very likely, because what I'm getting here is getting your stuff, getting your creations on on board on different ships, and these ships are sailing off to many different countries, many different places. So overseas business is very, very much possible for you. And I see quite a few of you wrapping up paintings. Okay, it doesn't have to be that, but for some of you, I literally see you um, stretching plastic and wrapping up your painting in it to send it off. I'm hearing journalism in foreign languages. I'm hearing exotic languages, hieroglyphs. Sorry, hieroglyphs. Um, a magazine. Some of you who study like dead languages or foreign, exotic, rarely studied languages, you'll be writing a you'll be writing something for a magazine in connection to that, in connection to your journey or process of studying these exotic cultures. At this time, you're just blessed with your conscious and unconscious merging together and giving birth to a lot of things. You're giving birth to a lot of ideas and creations. You're literally this very fertile soil, and you have so many ideas, so many seeds, so many potentials. Pile 3, maybe you're the pile with the most diverse timelines, with the most abundance of opportunities. You'll be doing a lot of things, I believe, at the same time. And you'll be gaining a lot of experience. You won't do a lot of things forever, but as of now, it's okay. You're supposed to gain that experience. Void of course moon, missing. Something goes missing. Okay, so make sure if you guys are business owners, shop owners, and you sell actual physical items, make sure nothing goes missing, because there is a danger of missing something. Or do not give away your creations. You must value your creations, because this card indicates something was done in vain, something was done with no reason and no results, basically wasted time and energy. Oh, big message, don't give up on something midway, because it will be a waste of time and energy to reach this middle point, this middle ground, and you didn't even get to see the end of the tunnel, the end of the journey. Be patient, create and explore, but don't give up. Do not give up. You've come so far, is what I'm getting. 7th house, partners. Void of course moon and the 7th house, partners. Well, it's possible that you will part ways with your partner, or they will be traveling and they won't be present, or they cannot come for a, I don't know, business interview or for a job that you have to travel for. They cannot come with you. Even it's like you could be dating, but for some reason you cannot be physically present with your partner. Both of you have other responsibilities and engagements, and you have a hard time spending time together. Another possibility really is wasted energy and love, like wasted investment of energy in partnerships. Something was done in vain with the seventh house. This could be business or love. Also, you have this big quest, so don't allow relationships to take over and suck out all of your energy that you're supposed to invest in yourself and in your creation and creative pursuits. Perhaps you guys will make spontaneous decisions about love. You may be afraid that you made the wrong decision, but with time, it will be proved to you, it will be validated that you made the right decision actually. It will just take time. At the beginning, after making the decision, it may seem like it was wrong or you were too quick to decide, but trust me, you will literally tell yourself, I knew it. My intuition was on point. And for many of you, it's about choosing you, honestly. For others, you already have an established relationship and there's no reason to worry about it, so it's simply not gonna be a focus. So don't waste your time and energy on perfecting or fixing things in the relationships, in the relationship that are not supposed to be fixed. You might be overthinking issues or potential issues in a connection, in a partnership with someone where there are no issues in there. Well, pile 3, I think that's all I have for you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below. You can like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support me. Or you can donate to my links, to my PayPal or Coffee page in the description box below, as well as use the newly unlocked feature of super things. I'm very excited about this one. Of course, you're not required to do it in any way. I just love that you guys are present here. I'm so grateful to communicate these messages. I was very excited to do this reading after a long time of being busy with a lot of other things. Anyways, I'm here, I'm present as much as I can, and I hope I was helpful. Let me know again. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.